Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It is Sunday, July 19th, and we are playing some chess. We're doing a quick one. We're doing some 10-5. Had my lesson with Nicholas today. I just did a review video. Normally I like to take Sundays a little bit easier in order to not burn out, just like take it easy, but I'm motivated and I couldn't help myself. So in this video we will we'll play some chess, put some of those attacking ideas to use. I have no idea what opening this is. They just kind of sacrificed their pawn to me, so I'm just going to try to capitalize on it. I think this pawn is annoying because it makes it a little bit more annoying to bring this knight out. I see. Trying to pin that knight and remove it as a defender. We could bring this here to defend that knight. We could also bring the queen up to try to defend that knight. We could also bring this knight to attack this pawn. Actually, no. After takes, yeah. So let's not think too hard. Okay, let's just bring this knight here to defend. This does block in this bishop, which I do find a little awkward. But maybe I can just fianchetto it. I just want to... I'm up a pawn, so like, yeah, they're gonna go after the pawn, and I'll probably not try too hard to stop them as long as I can continue to develop and they waste time trying to recoup that pawn. Okay. Here it comes. Let's ask them what they want to do with this bishop first. I expect maybe some kind of drop back here. It's still not up for grabs yet. They can't quite grab it. So maybe I have time to play b6 and go bishop b7, protect this, because this is still protecting it. Even if the knight jumps in, I can take, and there's no pin on the bishop. Okay, that seems completely bizarre to me. Okay, now they really want to get that pawn out of here. I could just take. I think it would allow them to develop. I could also push, and it would force them to have to like move the knight somewhere. Oh, I can also grab this pawn for free right now. So a lot of good options. Okay, let's grab the free pawn, because now we have this threat. If this takes, we can jump here, knowing that this is pinned. Okay. I'm not super developed. But that looks like another free pawn here. And it does still protect this knight here, so I'll just grab it. I guess if rook over, I can grab this pawn, and if I have to give up that, then so be it. Could also take, allow them to develop their rook, so I don't see a huge advantage there. So I'll just grab the free pawn. There's got to be a lot more attacking ideas here. Should probably finish developing. This looks pretty good. Maybe some kind of check. And then like takes. Oh, dear God. What is going on? What is going on? I guess I could trade and it would put their rook on a pretty good square. But that's fine. We can pin this knight. Yeah, let's do that. Guess this covers the check as well, but I would always have this. But then I would have to vacate this, and that could become a very annoying weakness. So threats and weaknesses, threats and weaknesses. This is the threat. I mean, there are threats here. And now they don't have as much protection around their king. My queen is also unprotected here. I think pretty soon I want to... Whoa. Oh, I see, I see. They really want to trade off this. Well, this is a forced queen trade, because if I don't, then I lose my queen. He gets to develop his bishop. But I think after this push, not too much going on. So we'll take... The bishop will take back. We'll block with tempo. Block with tempo. We're up 2 pawns now, so let's just try to capitalize. Just try not to blunder. I would like to make this takes. I think he'll probably take, and I would have to figure out which way to take with. Okay. Well, I think I'm happy to take here because then we have this isolated pawn as a weakness. So let's do that. Now we develop. I think probably push this to kind of limit the abilities of this bishop. So let's do that. Ooh, yeah, it's not... Now that I think of it, I think I should have brought this bishop out first. Slight regret. Yeah, I think maybe bishop here, then push this, then bring this bishop out. Feels good. Okay, a little odd. Probably just trying to like limit the squares that I can go to. Prepare to offer a trade, maybe. Here's the threat. Maybe the weakness is now this square and this bishop is undefended. So that's something to think about. Doesn't want to trade. Makes sense. Yeah, just trying to figure out a good place to put my other bishop. Maybe just castles first. The king does want to get involved, but I think getting the rooks activated is more important. Maybe push this pawn here and then try to get this bishop here. And then this bishop has good control of this square. This would actually be a good move because I'm having a hard time controlling this square. Ooh, that is a pretty good move, though. That is a good move. Maybe I start pushing this pawn with tempo. Get this bishop here. Pull this bishop back and then push this up. Just as a way to get myself developed. Another good move would be here, just to control the file. I think actually that's better. I'm going to do that first, so that if this ever comes over, I can just take, and then I'll jump up with tempo and try to get these bishops coordinated. But yeah, this was a good move to lock me in. All right. Yeah, I think I have to pretty much take here. He'll take back. I'll push this with tempo, bring this up, and then I'll attack the open file with my rook while his king is still there. This would probably... nah, I would just trade it off. All right, now let's go here with tempo. I think the idea now is come to one of these squares and then center the rook. Yeah, let's just come here on the long diagonal to start. He can't castle. He'll probably bring his rook out. Okay, he doesn't want any of that business, so... yep, I'll just claim the open file. And then now... I don't see too much danger there. Now we figure out what to do with this bishop. I think drop it back here and then potentially here to go after this pawn is good. So let's start with that. Maybe we can play this at some point and just trap the bishop. The threat, this pawn. The king is a defender. Maybe it would be good to bring this up here to further defend that pawn at some point if something else comes in to attack it. Maybe this knight might try to come in. I don't know. This pawn is a target, and this bishop is a target, I think, with moves like that. Don't see any clear ways to win right now, so I'm going to go after weaknesses and take trades since I'm 2 pawns up. Makes sense. I guess there is something to watch out for here. Basically, he could try to sack with like sack, takes, so 2 pawns, and then now 3 pieces are reasonably well coordinated. So yeah, if takes, it's two pieces basically. Then takes with check. I mean, I just run, so I think it's okay. Let's just continue with our plan to try to trap the bishop. Maybe this then becomes a bigger threat, but I think I could win that. I think after rook comes here. Yeah, okay, there it is. We take back. He'll come in. I think I just move over and we're good. Maybe he's just trying to like create some back rank threats. Maybe here would be kind of annoying. Now I'm a full piece up. He won back the 2 pawns but lost a full piece, so we just need to trade down. This looks like a good trading move. This could also be a good trading move. Ooh. Well, this is a forced trade, I think. Because if here... there are no checks. Except sacrificing. So if there, takes, and then we're pretty much good. Okay. And then takes. Takes, and we're good. If checks, we just take. Takes. Could give check if he wants, but we should be pretty smooth sailing from here. Oh. That's his plan. To promote his pawn. I could go here. Yeah, the king needs to come help now. I'm thinking here, if pushes, I just take. Maybe he just runs it back, and then I can just get behind it. Okay, this looks good to me. It's a good idea, but I don't think it's enough. I think if I go here, then after this, he could, yeah, promote check. So it's a good try. I think this. Actually, what if I go here? And then he goes. Yeah, I think we're okay. I think we are okay. Maybe here could be interesting, but I protect this square, so we're okay. I'll be able to run over and grab the pawn if necessary. think he only runs back, and if he does, then I just get behind the pawn, and it's a goner. The other idea would be to just go in front of it, but then he can't make progress with the promotion. Yeah, I think I just take here, runs it over, and then my bishop covers it, so we'll just clean up that pawn. Cool. I'm glad I was able to quickly calculate that and see it as a threat. Whatever. Yeah, I can just take. Take. Yeah, we're good. Everything's solid. What is the best way to do this? I think we can just run after the other two pawns. Maybe this is good too. Kind of block the king from getting in. So now these two squares are off limits to the king. A little low on time. But I think I should be able to clean up those two pawns and then just push our way to victory. A good fight, a good fight. Let's just not blunder this. Yeah, if he like tries to run all the way around, I can just go here. I can run all the way back here, and if this pawn ever goes there, I just sacrifice, and then we just push our pawns to victory. I think he's going to resign. Well, my computer's at 88%. It was at 100% earlier. And it's been plugged in the entire time. Oh, I see. It's going after my pawns, probably. Oh, I see. No, he's just going after the bishop. Now if he... Oh, he can't even come there. He can't come anywhere. The whole thing is... This is perfect. This whole thing is just blockaded, so... I think now we win. Oh, shit. What did I do? Let's just play it the safe way. I think he's trying to hide, maybe create stalemate for himself. Yeah, let's just promote it all the way up. and then we just go here, and we win. All right, man. We're good here. You don't need to run the clock all the way down. It's gonna run the clock all the way down. All right. Yeah, I think it was just a really poor opening that didn't get the compensation it needed. Yeah, I thought that was a very odd move to sacrifice. Oh, my turn. Okay. I'll just come all the way over here. Yeah, he has an open square. And just go there. And it's checkmate. Nice. Good game, Motys. Oh, an early game for him. Lost 116 rating points. Okay, back to the beginning. I think most of the middle game was pretty unremarkable. Yeah, this was kind of weird. Like, okay, you sacrifice the piece. You don't take it back. I protect it somewhat and force you to try to protect it. Now I ask him what to do with his bishop. He takes, which is kind of weird because he's kind of letting me develop my knight a little bit more and trade off his developed piece. And it still protects the pawn. So, and then now with the knight here, this pawn is unprotected. I guess, yeah. Basically, that bishop move allowed me to develop my knight, develop my queen, allow for this attack, and allow me to win another pawn. So I'm up 2 pawns at this point. Let's go for these queen trades. He gets it, but I mean, I kind of push it back with tempo. We trade off another piece. I create a weakness. It ends up being kind of an annoying pawn because it does get almost promoted at the end there. I wish I had maybe played something like this first, get that bishop out, because that developing that bishop ends up being a bunch of trouble eventually. He allows a trade. The rest is like, yeah, pretty straightforward. Just try to create trades. I suspected at this point there was some kind of opportunity here, but after sacrificing it, there's only 2 pieces, and that really cannot put away the king unless there's some serious issues. And I had 1 rook to defend the back rank, so I wasn't too worried, and I was just thinking, if anything else, I'm just going to try to trap the bishop. But he does go for it. So I take it. After takes, we just run. And that I didn't think was a good move either, because it allows me to just trade off. I guess it was kind of good because it threatens this. But I think trading off really just sucked all the power out of that move. Though to be fair, yeah, after removing, yeah, trading and then getting this piece going, I had to think for a second here because I didn't want to let it promote. I think without king involvement, it might have been pretty tricky. Other moves I was thinking were maybe bring this behind, but then he can just push. And then pretty soon he might be able to just push here. I would have to run and he would get his promotion. And I would have to lose the rook. Maybe here could have been good. But maybe after push, I'm in trouble because then I have to take and then we're basically even. Maybe I'm down a pawn, or maybe he's down a pawn, but rook endgame, still drawing chances. So this actually, I thought that was one of the better ways to create counterplay. And maybe I should have found a better way to prevent. Maybe here at this point, Maybe just bringing this bishop down was a good idea. But being up material already and then him sacking, it seemed like were not a lot of options. And yeah, I also calculated at this point, if this bishop wasn't here, this would be a very annoying move, because how do you stop that? I think if there was no bishop here, I gotta come back here, maybe push. I gotta bring the king over, and then if push again, I can take. But yeah, I think I would still be able to clean it up even with no bishop there, but I just know that trading off, there's just no chance for this pawn to promote. This setup is pretty solid, so I can just go after these pawns over here. Tries to get close, and he grabs the pawn, but I grab 2 pawns. And this bishop covers this square, and this square, or this bishop and pawn control these 2 squares. So you have to come here, then here to grab the pawn, and then grab the bishop. If you were to grab the pawn, I would just come back and just wait for that pawn to make a move, and then I would just take it, and then I would just push my 2 other pawns to victory. Cool. Let's quickly analyze. Let's see if there's anything. Hopefully nothing too... Yeah, they look pretty straightforward. I think 1, yeah, 2, 3, and then, yeah, I think here you gotta take. Like, you gotta take. Maybe he didn't want to trade queens, but I think you gotta take. Wow, I can't... It always surprises me when you can make a move and then Stockfish says you actually improved your position, because I thought Stockfish already calculated for that move. Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely a mistake there. Should have protected that pawn, but after not protecting that pawn, allows me to take a 2-pawn advantage. Oh, interesting. Yeah, it almost liked knight takes for a second, or knight blocks for a second, but pretty much played logical looking moves. Yeah, this is fine. Oh yeah, maybe... Oh, it likes push that up. Okay, interesting. Let's see, yeah, it likes takes. Oh, interesting. It likes me to drop back? Weird. Yep. Yep, I made the right move kind of in the situation, and that ends up being not too hot of a move. Oh, interesting. Check the king as an in-between move, but this ends up being stronger. Move the king over. Yeah, this couldn't have been that good. It says I can grab the pawn, but this seemed simpler to me. Takes, come over here. Yeah. Yeah. Yep, and that just kind of sealed the deal. And we cruise. I want to make sure nothing too crazy happened. I think it's very obvious now. This game is over. And we mate the easiest way we know how, just get 2 queens. And checkmate. Look at that. Beautiful. Beautiful setup. All right. Thank you for the game, and Motys, thank you for the game. I think I'll take a break right now, and thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.